Sippers, welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, Shane Todd. This is not a MAGA hat. It's Champion. But it is the same colour and has the same colour letters. And whenever I was in Disney Paris, I was getting a few confused looks. Anyway, welcome to this episode of the podcast. Before we get stuck into it, before we get stuck into anything, you shouldn't get involved in the YouTube comments. Dan tells me this all the time. To the person who wrote on me and Paddy's episode, stop talking about the art of comedy and just do more good stories. That's like tweeting Man United and going, stop passing, just score goals. Why are you not just scoring goals? Why are you comedians talking about comedy? What are you doing? Just tell stories. I'm getting involved in the comments. Do you see where I replied to that, Dan? Did you not like I replied to that? What did I write back to that, Dan? Nope. And there's been a few ones recently that have really tickled me. Anyway, is entitlement. Another thing is 6 minutes ads. Not 6 minutes ads. The ads are pretty quick in the middle, but then if I don't do the ads, then I can't do the podcast. So shut up. Let's make podcast great again. Anyway, I'm going to plug our London show. We're doing Tea With Me live in London. Dan, tell me more about it. Because I have no info in front of me. I know it's
26th of May.
26th of May in the Islington Town Hall.
That is correct.
Is it?
Part of Podcast Festival.
Yeah, I knew it was Islington. I just guessed Town Hall. Part of the Podcast Festival.
Yeah.
Is that what they're calling it? Just Podcast Festival.
I think it's just Podcast Festival. Maybe right. The Podcast Festival.
The podcast. We'll get confirmation on Podcast Festival. The Podcast Festival. We'll put tickets in the description if they aren't already away. I mean, it could have sold out by the time this episode comes out, or Joe could be on us, and 9 tickets could be sold. But can I say who's coming over? Yeah. I literally put it in the post. Ciaran Bartlett and Willie T are joining me for Tea With Me live in London. If that sells out, we might look at adding on another sort of thing when we're there anyway. But we're coming over to London. You two coming?
Yeah, someone has to look after it.
Yeah, as a chaperone?
Yeah.
Are you going to give me, Ciaran and Willie, snacks on the plane and all from a wee clear bag?
Oh yeah, gluten free for you.
Yeah, join the Patreon too. Tickets for that London show went on Patreon early. Patreon.com/TVMe podcast. I'm not going to go on about Patreon because I plugged the London thing, but there's way more stuff on there. Alright. We're sponsored by none other than NordVPN. Paul, I know I haven't introduced you as my guest yet, but you know what VPN stands for?
I don't know. Can you tell me about it?
No, you want to guess? VPN? NordVPN?
No, I have no idea.
If I told you I said, Paul, have we VPN here for you?
Been what, like a necklace or some shit?
No.
Virtual
private network.
Oh wow. That's amazing.
You do a lot of traveling like me. When you're away, you want to see some content from home. Paul travels the world fighting. You were in Thailand recently. And I haven't introduced you properly, so sorry, because I will introduce you even though you're talking about it. But you're in Thailand, maybe you go on BBC iPlayer because you want to watch Give My Headpiece. But you can't. It says you need to be... With NordVPN, it gets rid of all that. It hides your IP address, so you could be, theoretically, you could be anywhere. You could be in Botswana watching Final Score. You could be in the Democratic Republic of Congo catching up on the Blues versus Newry City. Theoretically. I'm just saying, theoretically, you could be in Gabon. Gabon? You could be in Gabon watching Portadown versus Carrick Rangers if you wanted to. That's all I'm saying. NordVPN, this works with anything. Linux, Mac, PC. That doesn't work with the PC.
As long as your PC's running Windows, yeah.
Imagine it wasn't. Oh, PC, nah. Your Windows, is that Windows? Nah. Different operating. It works in them all. You put NordVPN on anything. You put it on toast. You put it on anything. This thing's great. This thing's so good. You get a 3-month free thing. What is it, Dan? It's like it's a virtual private network, and
is the screen gone off?
Yeah, screen's off, but I don't need it. NordVPN, this thing's unbelievable. The link's in the description. Threat-free protection. You get a huge NordVPN deal. You go to nordvpn.com/TeamWithMe. They've got a NordVPN huge discount. I know this isn't funny. And a bonus gift. It's risk free. With a 30-day money back guarantee. I think I took the kids to Disneyland and it was just a lot and I haven't slept in quite a while, so I'm so sorry. And EasyJet, go fuck yourself, because you really delayed us and you kept delaying us, and my son wouldn't sleep on the plane. And then when he did sleep, my back was in a really sore position. That's nothing to do with NordVPN. We're also sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped is the #1 in men's below the belt grooming, and I don't need to talk to my guest about belts because he's got them. Do you still have a belt, Paul?
Got a belt.
Thank God! Imagine you just lost it. Look, if you want to be a comedian, if you want to be an MMA fighter, the less pubes the better is the golden rule. Manscaped have all the products. I'm going to LA this week with Tony in the corner, and Tony's coming out of the corner to go to LA, but as soon as we get to LA, he's going in the corner, and he hasn't seen his seat plan on the Aer Lingus flight, but hey, spoiler, it's in the corner. So nobody puts Tony in the corner. I do. But we will be going over there sans pubes, the two of us, totally pubeless. If you have anything to declare, they'll say when you come in America, and I'll say, well, not pubes, because I've used the Lawnmower 4.0 from Manscaped. And Dan, am I right in saying these guys have had the Lawnmower 1.0?
Yes.
They've had the 2.0.
Yes.
Did they have a 3.0?
They did.
Are you foreseeing a 5.0 at some point?
Rumour has it.
If anyone's going to do it, it's these guys. They're nuts about nuts. They've got all brilliant products: ball toner, ball cleanser, ball deodorant, ball wipes. Go to manscaped.com, use the code TWITHME for 20% off and free shipping. Whew. My guest today, I have two guests today, but one I'm missing here. But the guest that is here is returning guest, third time? Twice.
Second.
Sorry, I didn't know you get that emotional.
You're killing me. It's the second time I've been on. The second.
My guest is none other than Paul Hughes. Paul, it's great to have you back.
Yes, great to be back, bro.
See, the first time you did an episode, when you first came on, we didn't know each other. I didn't know what it would be like. I hadn't chatted to you before. I said to the guys, after you left, I said, that's one of the best episodes we've ever done. One of the most enjoyable episodes. You're a nice guy and I like your hoodie.
Oh, thank you, bro. Champion, just like your hat there, make America great, like, you know.
Yeah. We should get a deal. Mick Conlon as Dave Champion.
Yeah, what's
Let's
that
get
all
in
about?
on that.
Like, why is he not sorting out the boys? Like,
Well, I tried to get him to sort out for the community charity box, and I tried to get him to hook everybody up, but he couldn't do anything about
you know
it.
who the true champ is here now, undefeated, 1-0 over here in the corner, like.
I've retired. I don't want to talk about it. I've retired.
I'm sure you've talked about it a lot, but
No.
I would love to hear about it.
The
Like,
thing with me, Paul, is see when it comes to stuff like this, I keep my cards close to my chest.
yeah,
But like when I play in
humble
charity
guy.
football matches, and if I was to score a goal, I wouldn't. That's something I wouldn't talk about. Anyway,
fair.
before Ciaran Bartlett arrives, are you excited for Ciaran Bartlett to be
Very excited. Yep.
joining us?
Big fan.
The man, the myth, the legend. Ciaran can kick higher than his own head.
That's unbelievable.
Do you know this?
I don't. Can he do it when he comes in?
Yes.
Can he actually?
Well, so in a past
Tell him to start warming up.
He doesn't
while he's
need
driving
to.
over. He
On a
does-
past
okay, wow.
genuinely, on a past episode, Ciaran talked about he used to do like karate or judo or something. I laughed a bit. Red rag do a bull. Ciaran goes, and it sounds like somebody saying P3 or P4. He goes, I'd kick your head if I wanted. And I was like, if I was lying down, you couldn't. If I bent down, you couldn't kick my head. He went into the back. We have a clip. He went into the back car park here, did the splits, and then just kicked like it was nothing.
Did he actually do the
I
splits?
promise
Are you
this is
serious?
true. I promise this is true. Guys, right or wrong?
Yeah.
Ciaran Bartlett's the most flexible
Please,
man. Oh, we're bringing
please
it
make
up.
him kick.
Here it is.
Oh, okay.
Dan, you need to get NordVPN on that, mate. Would it work on this?
Not sure.
We're
Keep chat.
going to show you the clip here.
It's wild. You can put that on toast. Like, I was fucking.
You can put NordVPN on
That's
toast.
wild. Like.
Oh, does it come at the very end? There it is. Right. Okay. So watch this. Right. So this is Ciaran. Now I'd laughed. To be fair, I'd laughed at him when he said he could do it. And look at the way he's sitting there, like totally relaxed. I'm happy for you to kick your own head. I will put the clip in. That'll be a good time. This is straight after. Man goes down the splits.
Holy fuck.
Yep. Right. I measure the top of his head. Bang.
Wow.
Now,
That is really impressive.
now Kieran's like probably my age, 34, maybe he's 35. Is it too late for this guy to get into the fight game?
No, mate. Hollywood Dojo.
Yeah,
Sign
in
him
Hollywood
up.
Dojo.
If he hasn't been there already, like it looks
Yeah.
like he maybe has, but I don't know what you're building over there.
Before before Ciaran comes in, what's going on with you at the minute? Are you in camp?
I'm in camp.
Are you in
Well,
camp?
kind of. I've got no confirmed date right now, so I'm kind of in camp. You know, nothing absolutely confirmed.
So that could go on. There's no, as an indefinite amount of time until you get told you've got another fight coming.
Essentially.
Do you know what promotion the fight will be in or anything? Because when you were on before, we talked about, you know, obviously like 99% of fighters, you know, you've got an eye on UFC. You'd love to do that, and your last fight was extremely impressive. That was like a big rival that you fought. Is that the Splits man? Terrible nickname. But do you think when you won that, that's like thumbs up, green light sort of thing?
Well, I was hoping that I got the win there and I would have got signed directly into the UFC like straight away. That didn't happen straight away. Like with them, time is a very important thing. Like
right.
So like we've been talking to them a lot. We've an unreal relationship with them. There's been some things on the table actually. Just nothing has worked 100% yet. So
right.
We're sort of just in that point. Like I'm letting my management deal with a lot. I'm just training away in the meantime and just doing what I can, focusing on what I can, and that's training in camp, as you said. Like so, we're just waiting on the side. Oh, he's got the.
Now look at this.
Let's go.
So this is a guy that Ciaran did us a solid today because he's filled in as a guest, but he's come bearing gifts. Dishing out the tea. Ciaran, you got anything? You got one for Paul?
I do.
Oh look, I tried to mug you by doing that, but
I've got a tea here, but thank you very much.
Paul,
very kind.
Take it too.
If you don't want this coffee, I can give it to Tony because I didn't know Tony was here.
I hear Tony. You can have it. Yeah.
Ciaran Bartlett bearing gifts. Love to see this.
You can have an Americano with it.
Look at this.
Oh,
ho ho ho!
Wow.
We
The snacks and all, like
Ciaran,
snacks
thank
and
you,
all.
mate.
A wee tea with almond milk.
Oh, thank
wow.
you.
Wee biscuit.
Oh, I'll take a wee biscuit. All right, all right.
Love that. Ciaran, I was just showing Paul the video of you kicking your own head.
You're unbelievable.
Wasn't
What's
it?
up, big
Thanks,
dog?
mate. Cheers.
Ciaran,
Fantastic.
Paul,
Very
Ciaran.
impressive. Nice to meet you
Is
too.
there a future for me in the octagon?
Well, that's what we were just
That's it.
discussing. We maybe hit up some contacts in the Hollywood dojo and see the crack, like. But you've got potential, like you've got potential for sure.
Have you done that since? Kick that height? I was saying about
I
the
kind of
splits.
wanted you to see you do it. No, like
Ciaran,
if you need to warm up,
I
it's
can do it again, but like
Ciaran, do it for the man.
see, I thought
The
I
man
thought
wants
that
to
was
see
CGI'd. Like I
No.
wasn't sure if you could actually do it.
it was no calorie generated images. No, I actually did sort of. Do you know what? I drove to Dublin yesterday, and I've obviously driven like a dickhead. I've been in like a. This is such a shit story, but like my car, I've had my car fixed twice in the last month, and both times it's come back. They're doing something with my seat.
What?
Like, I got into the car the other day, and it was like set for a munchkin to drive it because it was like right up. My head was touching the ceiling of my car,
Right.
and so I've driven to Dublin yesterday, obviously in some sort of weird position. Because then when I went to get out of the car yesterday, I could hardly walk. My
So-
back's fucked.
Can I just ask a quick question? Do you? And I'm not being sly. Do you have a smaller adapted steering wheel because the size of your hands? I'm just being serious.
No,
Okay, I thought you might have like a wee Formula One.
no.
Steering wheel.
I just control it. I just control it with like a wee Xbox controller that I've rigged up. No, it's fine.
I was telling Paul, you have a Paul, obviously MMA fighter, fighting cage warriors. We're talking about going into UFC. What was you kicking your own head? That came about because I was asking you about. You were telling me about your previous experience in combat.
I'm a trained taekwondo practitioner. So I haven't done it in a long time, though. To be fair,
And where were you with it? Like, talk me through. Like,
Lisbon mostly.
No.
On the streets.
The Taekwondo
the Lisbon
capital.
dojo,
Yeah.
the capital of the world. Like,
Yeah.
fuck me.
Well, no, I think I'd gone up maybe like blue belt or something in there, which is maybe like. I think I'd done about 6 or 7 gradings to get there.
oh, like
Like,
going
like-
up.
Yeah, like, but I mean, it was less about that though, and more just like time wise. I was doing it for a few years, like.
Paul, do they ever? Can people like almost bypass? See that belt system of like, I'm a white belt, yellow belt, whatever. I know more colours than that thing, but can you? Is there a way to like almost cheat that? Like, is there people who go way too fast up it? Like, say your mate was a
I mean-
sensei,
Hollywood dojo.
or is there like a committee or something that decides on that?
I'm sure there's some people could be paid off. Like
But what I'm saying is there people who are running about that are black belts shouldn't be?
Absolutely.
Right.
Oh, God damn. Of course there is.
Right.
And in all martial arts, there's like absolute cowboys. Like,
What martial art? Say I dedicated my
It's the
life.
guy doing kicks and then with a sweet wee lasso as well. Just like,
Say you wanted to get a black belt in a martial art.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not asking you shit on any martial art, but I'm saying what would be the quickest one you could get in and get your black if you
the
devoted.
quickest one?
Yes.
That's a good question. Don't want to say taekwondo,
Tai Chi?
like, just in case I get kicked in the head. Do you
I
know
have-
what
I
I mean?
have-
Careful,
no,
Kieran.
Tai Chi.
Relax.
all I know about taekwondo is it isn't. You don't just go belt to belt. You get wee tags on the end. So you do like your
Stripes.
first grade.
Stripes.
Yeah, so you do like your first grade and you're a white belt. You're like a fucking nobody, right? And then
Shout out to all the white belts.
you do your first grade and then you get a yellow.
Kieran,
You get
Paul's a white belt.
you get
I actually technically am a white belt. I've never
Oh,
worn a
no.
cape, so-
and you get like a
So-
wee yellow tag, like just like a wee bit of yellow material that you stitch onto your white belt. That's your first, like, I think that's after like 3 or 6 months or something. And then it's every sort of 3-4 months after that you'll do a wee grading, and it goes then, so it's like a tag, and then whatever that tag color was, that's the next belt. So like a yellow belt, and then I think it's yellow, green, and then blue. So it was like, I think I did like maybe, what was that, 5 or 6 gradings, something like that.
So you're at it for a while
I
then.
was a few years,
Yeah.
me and my brother-in-law used to go do it. It was
Lisburn
good.
Leisure Centre.
It wasn't Lisburn. It was in the what do you call it? The
Valley.
What do you call it? The Leisureplex.
Oh yeah.
Been there.
It was in there. You sort of smelled like feet a lot, but it was good. Do you know it was? Here's a couple of rare occurrences if you want them. Do you want these? These are good.
Yeah, mate.
These are taekwondo tales with Ciaran Bartlett,
Oh, no.
right?
I mean,
So-
that's hilarious. That
That needs
of
to be
the
a
person giving us the taekwondo tales today, it's you.
Oh, I'm all
So
ears.
one time, this is true. So obviously, I was smaller then than I was now, but I was still a wee meatball, right? Now, certainly you don't want me to be in your team when we're doing this one warm up that happened. Now we didn't do this warm up all the time. It happened occasionally, right? And it was, like occasionally the guy would come in and he'd sort of go like, "Here, we've been taking it light the last 2 months in here." And then it was like your bleep test, right? Where he'd come in and he'd divide us into groups. And because I was a meatball, even though I was like 15 or whatever, 14 or 15, I was with like the men, right? And you had to piggyback everyone in your team a length of the gym, right?
Like multiple
Like-
guys.
Like, yeah, not at once, obviously. Like, it would be like, I would piggyback you to the far end, run back, piggyback you to the far end, right? And there'd be like 5-6 people on your team. So after this was a warm-up. This absolutely fucked you, right? But like, everyone hated carrying me, right? And there was this one guy, and this cunt was about 40, and he was a fireman. And he was really tall. Like, I mean, when his cunt was near 7 foot, like, he was fucking massive. No, swear to God. And he looked like Pete Postlethwaite. The actor?
Yeah.
Right? Fucking, if you don't know who Pete Postlethwaite is, he's the guy that goes, "Jerry," a lot in the name of the Father.
Giuseppe.
Yeah. I wrote your stupid Giuseppe name in the sand. I fucking pissed on it. Anyway, Oscar. Anyway, so he hated it, and he was complaining. Imagine me, 15 years old, fucking like 5 foot tall, carrying that cunt. It was a full nightmare. Did I complain? No. Anyway, there's no end on that story. Just
Right.
I'm not over it. But then one other thing that happened at my yellow belt grade, I think it was, you do light sparring, right? It's very light, like, and you're not actually really meant to, like, really strike somebody that hard, right? But you're against people that aren't in your class. You're against people from all over, like, Belfast, right? And this cunt that I got decided he was going to tag me, right? And then
Attack or tag?
tag me, like, fucking hit me,
Oh,
like,
okay.
fucking proper. And I was like, all right, okay, you're fucking dead now, right? So I probably booted him, like, properly hard, just sort of in his calf, like in the back of his, like, around the back of his knee, right?
I know the calf is.
It's a baby cow, innit? And I fucking booted him, and then he punched me, right? And then I punched him, and then he kicked me, and it just scraped a wee bit. Now it was just like a gammy toenail or whatever, but he sort of scraped me, and he drew blood out of my lip. And I automatically, they gave me my belt, and he didn't get his because you're not allowed to draw blood in the sparring. And
Are
I
you
got
in
mine.
P3?
Mate, no, I got my yellow belt.
Paul, see, when a new person walks into a gym, what's something you look at in someone and go, you're dead? Like
What do you
an
mean, like-
arrogance, or like I just mean someone who like, is it like the gear? So say five-a-side, right? Say some guy shows up in like bright white boots and like the best kit of all time.
yeah.
You're like, he's going to be useless. You know, everyone's going to try and fill him in. What's bad etiquette for someone just
Bad
joining the
etiquette.
gym?
See, to be honest, like most people be shitting themselves when they come in into the gym, but it's the same sort of thing. If you have someone who's it's like their first kind of time sparring and they're going flat out, usually it's sort of like nobody really says anything, but it's like coach will be like, all right, we'll go next. Do you know what I mean? He'll just fuck him up.
Right.
And, and his ego will just immediately go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not as tough as
Yeah.
I thought I was, sort of
Yeah,
a
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
What was it? Wait, I might have asked. Apologies if I asked you the first time you were on, but when did? So that's when he started doing MMA. When you started doing
I never did.
I started in
martial
MMA.
arts, sorry.
Yeah.
like martial arts. What was the? Do you remember the first time you walked into like a leisure centre or a gym or anything like that?
Do I remember? I do, yeah. First time it was like a real wee industrial estate in Castle Dawson in Derry, and it was it was terrible. It was like an old wee like wooden building, and yeah, I was just absolutely shitting myself. Like it was the same thing as I said. Like it's literally.
And were the
so
people trying to
intimidating.
impose themselves? Like, do you remember any of that?
Not really. Like same sort of thing. If you go in moderately humble, you'll be fine. People will look after you. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
I fear it. Like I did my first class in Maysfield Leisure Centre. No
Oh,
longer
aye.
there, Shane.
Oh, I don't remember. Gone, but not
These
concentric.
streets used to be wider to accommodate the carts. No, it was it was very enjoyable. And then moved out to Lisburn. Yeah,
And
taekwondo tails.
Would you consider getting back into it?
Into what? Into Maysfield? It'd probably be easier for me to get back into Maysfield than it would for me to get back
No,
into
taekwondo.
Combat sports. It seems to be the thing to do with the comics these days.
Yeah,
Like,
it's weird though because I think like I sometimes think about it, but then I would probably if I was doing anything, I probably would go back into taekwondo because I know already a wee bit and I know what's expected of me. Whereas I don't like being out of my comfort zone. So.
Go ahead.
Is there any comics that you want to fight? Like, if you got
There's loads of them.
any beef? Like,
There's loads of them that I have beef with, but they don't know it, so I can't name them.
okay,
Yeah.
But there's
call
a-
them out to a taekwondo
There was
fight.
about 5 that were on that.
Us.
There was about 5 that were on the bill of the comedians boxing, where I was like,
Here, that's not. There wasn't that many people that did it, so I have
no,
a fair idea of who's the-
I would say a third of them. I was watching their fights, going good when they were getting.
You were
hit.
like the Emperor and Gladiator.
yeah. I was like the Emperor in Star Wars, just sitting there going, good. You know what I mean? It was very enjoyable.
Yeah, when I've maybe been to 2 or 3 classes of, it might have been taekwondo or judo or something, and there just seemed like too many moving parts for my liking. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like something hard to describe. It felt like there was too many moves. I didn't like that.
It's fine.
I was like, hey, you didn't do that move the first time we were doing this, you know. So I it's just not. That wouldn't be my
Do you
kind
know
of
what was
thing.
whopping? I don't know if I talked about this before. If it did, stop me. There was a day where I think I might have mentioned this to you on that last podcast. But there was a day where we got to go and try out different martial arts,
Right.
and one of them was Aikido, which is like it's sort of like a lot of body weight stuff where like you use your
energy.
You use like their.
Oh, I'd be a bit of me.
Yeah.
A lot of Asian people do that in Botanic Gardens in the morning.
Oh, here, looks fun.
In the bandstand, they do.
They do.
They do like there's a lot of like using your enemy's momentum against them and things like that. So like somebody comes charging at you and instead of you punching them or something, you sort of just go and like
that. Like
you
you
do
would
like a
start
Spanish
dancing.
dance,
Yeah.
right? And just
I love.
it's actually flamenco. That's what it was called.
Here,
though.
think about another kind of defense, because some night you're gonna get your fuck kicked in after a gig, and you're gonna go like this.
This is what Aikido was.
Try
See,
move
that's
his energy out of the way.
Tai Chi is the one where it's all about like a center of energy in the middle. It's like
Yeah.
You imagine there's like a ball there, right? I don't have to imagine mine, and you just go. Right, imagine there's like a big floor cushion, right? Floor cushion. But Aikido is this one where like you do like somebody goes to like grab you, you grab their wrist and do like a mad wee thing, and then and I mean.
Like
people fly, like it was crazy.
Pressure
the demo
points,
they did,
like you gotta find the right point.
Yeah.
Pressure points.
So that's real, because
It's not real,
right? Because there's a guy on social
Seagal does
media.
Aikido,
So,
that's
well,
right.
that's how real it is. Like
There's a guy on social media and he was doing loads of demos, and I don't know if you remember this, but it was like if you're at an ATM and someone comes up behind you, he's like, you want to just grab like this bit of like there, and then you can like throw them down the street.
Yeah.
And he'd
Yeah,
do
it's
like
wild.
a lot of like,
See,
do you know what I'm talking
same
about?
shit, like gun to the head, and the guy just goes, you just pass it by your
Yeah.
head, and then
Yeah.
grab his wrist, and you're
somebody's
like, bro,
pointing a gun at you.
You just
don't shit yourself. Just go like that and break his gun.
Yeah.
Brogan,
the
what are you
best
gonna
way.
do now?
Yeah,
Hit me, I don't think so.
yeah. There's a lot.
I know tango, bitch. It's mental. Do you know what was mental? We see on that day in that demo. So in our taekwondo classes, we would do like our basic like your kicks, punches, and maybe like a certain type of kick or a certain move. We're hitting
Striking,
pads
we
and
call
stuff.
that.
You would do striking, right? But sometimes you're not striking anything, Shane. Sometimes without the pads, you're just learning the technique,
Yeah.
right? And then we
Striking
would do,
fear.
you would learn your patterns and stuff like that for the gradings, right? And then at the end of the class, like last 10, 15 minutes every night, they would show you and it always started, do you know those weird sex things that people say that are like,
oh,
you know those ones that are like, wait, right, so you wait until you're bucking this bird and then you order a fucking pot noodle, right? Like it's always something mental. Do you know what I mean? Or you've never heard one of those stories that starts like, right, you wait until you're bucking this bird, right? And then you throw your fucking toenail shavings on her, right?
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, always mental.
It's
right?
called a macrofelt hello.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch it.
Exactly.
Watch it.
Yeah. This is a Castle Dawson cracker, right? You actually shit in each other's mouths, right? Like
They were never appealing.
it's never anything nice. Well, I swear I can't even talk about one that I heard before. It's so
You prove her da's not a real da.
right, but every one of the in taekwondo, I just heard that. That's funny. That took ages.
Takes a while.
Yeah.
Try and keep it root,
And then like
but you have to get the sense of it.
try and keep it right. Unbelievable. And then, but in taekwondo, it would always start with, right, you wait until somebody's got you bad, right?
Right. Yes.
And then, and to be fair, a couple of these moves, I think, are legit, but also you could just be getting stabbed in the face while you're doing them,
Right.
because you would have to be lightning fast. Like it needs to be second nature before it's useful. The one to get out of that, like somebody holding you like that, is quite effective in getting them off you. But then you've still got to like, and then when we went to the day where it was all different ones, there was guys, I think they were, is like ninjutsu, is that one?
That's definitely, I've heard of that.
Right?
Yeah.
And they were like,
Ninja stuff.
they showed you a couple of like, right, somebody has you by this, here's what you do, or somebody has you by that. And they were quite similar, but then the end of our ones used to just be, right, and then you get them off you and then you can get away. Theirs were like, right, then you get them off you and then you punch them in the bollocks and then you pull them down onto the ground and then you gouge their eyes. And I remember we were all just standing there going, we were literally standing there just going.
Is that similar to Krav Maga? That seemed like it was
Similar.
massive for a while.
Yeah.
Don't hear a lot about
It's
it now.
the Israeli
It's a
one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Apparently, it's more like Krav Maga. It's what they would have taught in the military and stuff. But it's the same sort of thing. It's like if he holds you here, then you do that.
Right.
And it's like, bro, I have a fucking gun. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
So see the-
Especially if you're in the military, like it's
If
like
somebody has a gun,
Have a gun.
just break it.
Yeah. See the Steven Seagal stuff when you watch videos of like him demoing his thing and guys are running at him. He's literally just like doing this and then they're somersaulting over. Are they in on it beforehand, or are they basically showing him so much respect that they're like
it's a bit
allowing
of both.
themselves to
It's a
fall?
bit of both. It's like a cult.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
right,
It's kind of
right.
like cultish behavior. You gotta like sort of. It is. You can't really like outshine the master.
Would you beat the shit out of Steven Seagal?
Yes.
He's an old man. But Seagal's
in his
only,
prime, maybe not. I don't
Seagal's
know.
only famous because of martial arts, though. Like,
Right.
he became a movie star after being a martial
Not
artist.
true. He was a great
Is it?
actor and then he decided to start doing martial arts.
No, that's not true.
He was a Shakespearean actor.
Yeah.
If Steven Seagal You're walking out here.
Mhm.
Were you parked front or the back?
Back.
Right. What did we do if out the back? Steven Seagal was there, and he put his head into yours, and he go, "Fuck up." You smack Seagal.
I just take him down and beat the cunt out of him.
Have you heard Seagal's music?
yes.
Uh-huh.
I used to
Alligator
ha-
ass or
I-
something?
Alligator ass. I Talk to My Ass is another one. I had that album. One of my mates bought me. Mojo Priest.
That's your
what
mate.
the album
Steven
was called. Yeah. Steven Seagal. He's a great blues guitar player and singer. He's a cock end, like, but it's funny.
I mean, the myths around like fighting and all that kind of thing are funny because people like me like fully. It's hard for me to separate what's real, kind of, and what isn't. Well, I ran into you in Dublin Road about a month ago, or maybe more. Were you telling me, and your mates were saying you were in Thailand, and in what's the martial art? Is it kickboxing? That's
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Yeah, it's the national sport of Thailand.
Right. I guess it clues in the name. Now I think about it, Muay Thai.
Sore
Muay
shit.
Thailand.
Makes sense. So we're fucking right.
That your mate was telling me that he had a fight in a bar. So like you can go explain this to me. You go into a bar and there's like a ring.
So there's a place called PP Islands. It's like a big tourist spot. And
PP Islands.
PP Islands, yeah, very funny, very funny. And there's a bar in the middle of it. It's one of the most popular ones. And
That
they
is
literally
stupidly
have.
funny to me.
Yeah, if something terrible happened to you there, it'd be a hard phone call back home. He's been shot. Where in the PP Islands.
The Shalaman is bollocks.
Ironically,
He's no
the
PP Islands left, fuck's sake. But nah, it's just a bar, and they've got a fucking huge ass ring in the middle of it.
Right.
And if you fight in the ring, so they basically, if you want to fight, they'll bring you. There's people, and they're walking around the tables all the time. They're like, "You want to fight? You want to fight? You want to fight?" And my mate, he started training like MMA like a year ago. We were like, "Fuck's sake, go and do it, go and do it." May have had some mushrooms
Right.
at the time, and we were like, "Go do it,
Yeah,
like, go
yeah,
do
yeah.
it. It'll be hilarious. You've been training like." And the guys are coming around. We're like, some guy get into the ring. So what they do is that, like, if you want to go in, they like say, "Yes, I'll fight," and they bring you into the ring and they raise your hand. So everybody that's crowding around it looks and sees, "I'd fight that cunt."
Oh, so
my
it's like,
God.
who
Do you know what I
wants
mean?
to fight him?
It's like,
This
who
is
wants
like real
to
life
fight?
Mortal Kombat. This
It is.
mental.
It's here. It's wild because people are so blocked. They're absolutely blocked. And they go, and we're like, "Go do it, go do it." So he went into the ring, and they literally just cut him out. Gloves, shin pads, and they had a full-on Muay Thai fight, like a full-on 3 2-minute
Ref?
rounds. Referee, aye. Mate, it's wild. People would be getting sparked out, and they are blocked.
Do you
Like,
think there's people that go to that fully sober, let on they've had a few drinks?
apparently
just to fight?
there is people that do
So how
that.
did your mate
What do
do?
you get if
He won because he's been training, like, but he actually had a hard fight too. It was
And he's
wild. mate.
taking mushrooms.
He was on mushrooms at the time. I'll not say which mate it was. It was wild.
what do you get if you win?
You get free alcohol. That's what it is. You get a
Oh my
bucket. They call it a
God.
bucket in Thailand. It's like a quarter bottle of fucking
Is it a
vodka or
Phuket?
something. Phuket is another island. But
That's mental.
you get free alcohol, so people are just like all these
Holy
tourists, like
shit.
just like, "I fuck it, I'll go fight somebody."
Are the
Free bucket.
fights can some of them be
Mate,
brutal?
wild. Some people get hurt. Like it's Thailand, anything goes. Like, but I'd just be watching it from
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
understand like how alcohol fucking dehydrates you, and people are going and getting sparked out.
Could
Like,
any amount of money make you like
go
sure,
in.
Yeah.
There was this guy kept coming to my table, and my other mate who was there, who's a fighter, we were in Thailand to train, and there was this guy kept coming around the tables, and it wasn't one of the Thai guys working there. He wanted to actually fight somebody. He was like, "Will you please, like, one of you want to fight me?" He was like, "Would you fight me? You're about the same height." No, to me, like, he was like, please come on and fight me. I was like, "I can't, bro, not tonight." No, like, it was wild. Like,
That's fucking mental.
it's mental. Like,
I would wait. I'd be there until closing time, just waiting for the right guy. I'm waiting for like a 5'1" short guy, ideally pensioner, but still like they'd still beat the shit out of
Is
you.
the Ciaran Bartlett equivalent of this me sitting there at a karaoke contest going, "I can't sing tonight, guys. Sorry, I'll use your block and all." Wouldn't be right. Wouldn't be right.
It's you showing up, you know the karaoke
Wouldn't be right.
room
And then
in
I'm
Zayn?
like, "Fire up Whitney Houston. Here we go. Queen of the night."
You know the karaoke room in Zayn? It's you dandering in. Alright guys, didn't expect it. I'm just out for a walk. And they're like, you're in the karaoke room in Zayn. Have you been there?
No.
Karaoke room in Zayn?
No.
You know Zayn restaurant?
I know of it. I haven't
karaoke
been.
room.
yeah.
Is it
You
good
can have
in
your
there?
dinner in there. Huh?
Is it good in there?
It's a karaoke room in a
No,
Chinese
not the
restaurant.
karaoke. Is the
Unbelievable.
restaurant nice?
Yes.
I haven't been.
Do you want to go?
You gonna take me?
Yeah, I'll take you to Zayn if you want. Paul, you want to go Zayn?
I'll go a bit of karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you win if you win the karaoke?
Like chicken wings or some shit.
No.
I know. Is there a bucket? See, they
There's
don't
no
want to
prize.
offer me a bucket
This
in there,
This
do
is
they?
a private room.
What?
This is a private room.
You have to book it out, like.
Yeah.
But what do you
Okay.
win if you win?
You don't win in it. You just get
No,
the...
but listen.
By the way,
can't
is this definitely almond milk?
Yes,
Okay.
100%. I literally asked for almond milk and I double checked when I got there and went, "Is this almond milk?" And they said yes.
I was waiting
Do you know
for
I
you to
phoned
say...
these in? I phoned them in.
That's
wait-
next level.
I was waiting for you to say you poured it yourself. You went, I literally asked for it.
Nah, if I was no. What was I gonna say? What about what were we on about there? Zen.
Yeah.
You can't do karaoke if you're not gonna win. You can't just do karaoke
Yeah.
just for the crack, isn't karaoke.
Okay.
Karaoke to
But
win
who
something.
votes? Who votes?
Whoever's there. Used
What's
to
your
be-
karaoke song?
I can sing any song, shit.
You actually can.
Dan?
No, I think what's a good karaoke song? I did in what do you call it one night? Like this is again Shane, it's no longer there, the Globe.
Yeah, oh,
They used
yeah,
to,
yes,
back in the day
I've
when
sang at it.
they would have had a good karaoke night, I think on Mondays maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
A wee Monday in there maybe. And I got up and I think I did Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Okay. I could see you.
And I rocked that.
Do you know what I'd love to see?
Do you know what I even did? Do you know the bit? Do you know the bit?
Yeah.
I did the bit. You know the
You got it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I even did that.
I could see you doing. Do you know what I'd love to see you do? Tayo Cruz, Dynamite.
I don't know if I know that.
Paul,
Go a
what's
wee
your
bit.
karaoke
Go a
song?
wee bit.
What? I'm
is that
wearing
song?
all my favorite brands.
It's just Adidas.
Paul, what's your karaoke song?
That's a good question. Real good question. I know. Bit of Celine Dion, maybe. I have a fantastic voice, like.
I love that.
I love it.
Anything, just specifically Celine
Straight in
Dion.
at the top. Hardest songs
And then
ever.
with a bit of range. Bit of
Yeah,
range.
I
you know,
like
I've got the
It's All
range.
Coming Back to Me Now
Mm.
by Celine Dion.
Okay.
We were talking before you arrived about Paul maybe making the move into UFC. Kind of feels like it's on the
Unbelievable.
cards. Did you see this man sing at the Comedians Boxing? You haven't seen this footage yet?
No.
He sang Eye of the Tiger.
It was great.
Like
If
for
you
like
wa-
a walkout? Did you like have
He just
a bunch
started
of
the
rappers and
evening
all
with it.
behind you?
He
It was
just
for
started the
everybody,
evening
yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
Everybody's walkout song was the same.
No,
And you sang every time.
It was no, it was like at the start of the metal.
that'd be
He
shit.
piggybacked everyone
That'd
in
be
the
right.
The 10th time, I'm just raging. Like, yeah, no, I was good. I was a laugh.
But what I'm saying is, if you watched that and you really enjoyed it,
Mm.
this is the guy to.
Live walkout.
This is the
So
guy
we're
for the
talking.
walkout.
I also look like Dana White with a bee sting. So
I think we had an idea for a live walkout the last time. Or maybe was it Daniel O'Donnell? Was it?
Yes,
last time
Daniel
you were
O'Donnell.
singing, was it Daniel O'Donnell for the live walkout?
Yeah. Because that would.
I don't know
imagine
how we came to that, but
how much would that fuck your opponent's
I was
head?
just
Daniel
saying,
and a
That'd
nice
be
jumper.
wild. It'd be
Get Hugo
like a wee
Duggan
woolly one, no.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Hugo.
get Hugo in, give him to sing something rare. You know, like one I am out rare. Just give him to
Dynamite
sing
by
it.
Tayo Cruz.
Yeah, just we're on my favourite brands,
Down,
WA brands. You know what I mean?
Paul, being from
Yes.
Derry, being in the fight game and that kind of thing, you been offering any cool freebies recently or anything? Anyone from around home? Like, you ever had anyone be like, "Listen, lad, see this big Cage Warriors fight coming up? I'm gonna give you a load of spuds for it or something."
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Free shit is so good.
Do you know what I would? This is my dream as like peak, and I think I've seen you wearing the hat, the Cafe O.
Yeah,
Big fan.
yeah.
This is your peak.
I'm the biggest fan.
Of Cafe O?
I
Oh,
want the
oh,
hat.
no,
I
mate.
want. Hold
He
on,
hates
hold
this,
on.
I love it.
No, wait.
hate
the hair.
I love
No,
Cafe
mate.
O. Did you?
Yeah.
I put up a story the other day saying that I would fair dig anybody that disagrees with me, and I actually did. You can pull that up maybe in an episode.
No, I'm saying I agree. I'm just meaning
So,
two peas in a pod. He has
My-
a fascination.
That's a
so
great
my
place.
goal is, you know the way Nando's have like a black card.
Yes.
I want that for Cafe O.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Is that not
Right,
That
like,
would be
that's
the
what I
best.
need, like,
I deserve
This is
one.
like me and Kieran recently found out that we were like 9 or 10. We had the same Man United VHS video, which
Yeah.
was a season
you United fan
recap,
as well?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
and there was a player profiled in it for like 2 or 3 minutes called Daniel Johnson.
David Johnson.
David Johnson. Sorry.
Did you even
Kieran.
have that tape?
Now he's a wee bit niche. He ended up playing like
Ipswich.
championship level
Yeah.
for Ipswich and a few other clubs. But we weirdly, and he played for Jamaica,
Yeah,
and we
he did.
weirdly found out that
David
we
Johnson.
both like really like this guy
Yeah,
and like
followed
really
his career.
we wanted him to break through. And we're the only two people in the world who probably after on the back of that would be like, "Oh, David Johnson,
Yeah.
like we love him." Now that's so niche to find that out.
Someplace
To
wrong
find
for
out
us
that
now.
you guys love Cafe O.
Yes, lads.
Like I like it. I think it's brilliant. Love their coffee, but he loves it.
No.
We bought him
love
a beanie hat,
Like,
and he
love
cried.
It, love it.
I did.
No,
pretty
no.
much cry.
That's a hell of
Paul,
a gift. Like,
He
it's a
cried.
hell of a gift.
Me and Dave Ellie were doing Crescent Art Centre with him, and we went down to get some coffees. And Kieran's like, "I'll stay, lads." And we went down, and when we were there, we went, "Wouldn't it just be like weird banter to just buy him a branded Cafe O beanie hat?" And then he would feel like he
Not
sort of has to wear it.
off him. I love
He,
it.
he genuinely got choked up. He's like, "Oh, no one's ever done anything like this for me." You
I
did,
get it.
and that was
I
a 10
actually
out
do
of 10
get it.
impression.
I actually do get it.
That's bad though. It's a great place.
Great place.
Like, I think if they knew of your love, well, here's the thing:
They know of mine.
they know of his
Do
love,
they?
but they
No,
haven't.
they know I love it.
See, I just be putting up stories like hoping that they just magically
Oh,
make a
mate.
black card for me.
Have you?
But
Have
I
you,
need to
have
be
you
like a
had any-
UFC champion or some shit.
No.
Really?
I think the most.
Have you plugged? Like, have you?
Oh, I've plugged. I think I've plugged so much, mate. I'm like fucking
You don't wanna know.
Mario. Like, I'm just plugging. Neither of you's the Mario
Who the
games.
fuck's Mario?
Mario from he's a plumber. Fuck it to you, right?
Come
I'm like,
on.
I've plugged.
Come on.
What do you
Anyway,
mean Mario?
what do
Is
you
his surname
mean?
Mario?
Yeah. Yes.
Mario Squared.
Mario
you
brothers.
getting so
Mario
angry?
and Luigi Mario. That's their name.
What?
Isn't it, Dan?
Mario's surname is Mario.
Yes. Somebody back me up
my
in this room.
bollocks. My bollocks.
Because how does no one else in here know
That's
that?
a terrible shout. That's a terrible.
Isn't he? Thank you. That's his fucking. But this is like a brand.
What?
It's the biggest video game of all time,
Brands.
isn't it? Is there a bigger game than that?
Nah.
No, I will not calm down.
It's
There is
It's a
bigger
good
games than
shout.
that.
What?
Call of Duty, bro.
I don't know if Call of Duty's bigger than Mario.
Fortnite. All them.
You think they're bigger
Mario's
than
legendary.
Mario?
Oh, Mario's legendary. Like,
Nowadays, yeah.
Mario and Mario Kart though. Mario like
Mario Kart.
don't even start me. Oh my god.
Super-
Anyway,
Super Mario.
Does he not just drive, running about and all, catching rings? I
he doesn't
Jumping
catch
down
rings.
pipes and all.
He jumps down. He
catches
he,
bitches, fucking
he
princess,
jumps into
fucking
the
whatever
other
her name.
dirty pipe, like, you know. You wait until the princess is caught by a crocodile, right?
We don't understand this.
That's the bit I'm doing. Oh, I'm doing
crocodile?
such banter.
Is he not a dinosaur? Is he not a
No, is
dinosaur?
it King Koopa? Is he not like a big crocodile guy?
But why is he called
Bowser,
Mario?
fucking
Mario?
Bowser's like a fucking
Why is he called Mario?
I don't know.
Mario?
That's his name.
That's like Gary Neville's dad, Neville.
Exactly. So it can't.
power move.
Yeah,
know.
it can happen, but Mario's not real.
Is
Why
he
have they
not?
made the
Bob
decision?
Hoskins made him look pretty real in the movie. Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo playing Luigi.
Yeah.
Why do you not know this?
Was there a real life
What?
Mario movie?
Yeah.
Like 4D?
No, 3D. 4D would also take into account time as a dimension, but anyway, it was like a live action. That's what we're looking for, a live action Mario movie.
Right.
Mario Brothers.
Yeah, no.
Why do I feel like I'm in a dream? That no one, like, you just missed this whole.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even a big fan of it. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
yeah,
clearly.
We're on the
No,
die,
I'm not. I
clearly.
just know it exists. And when I was saying, right, you wait until the princess is caught by a crocodile, I'm doing like, you know, right, you wait until a bird's giving
head's gone.
like
Head's gone.
You wait until a bird's giving you a foot wank, right? And then, you know, one of them, you know what I mean? And you switch the fridge off, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You call up your bro Luigi, fuck you. He
You
comes in.
know, hello, is that Luigi Mario or Mario? It's fucking mental. He doesn't catch rings though. Sonic catches rings.
All right.
Aladdin
You
catches
win.
apples.
Okay.
Did you ever see in the Aladdin game and you fuck apples?
No, I'll stop you. Do you ever see in the Aladdin game?
See,
I don't see in the Aladdin
Right,
game.
well, you can fuck apples at people and see if they have a sword, they can chop the apple in half.
Right.
And they can throw apples at you and you can chop them in half. It's
Right.
fun.
Any other crack?
Fuck.
Anything else
Let me
happened
ask you
since
this.
1993?
See, being in Thailand, this guy said he would never go to Thailand in his life because of tubing.
What do you mean? What's tubing?
It's when you go round rivers on the inner tube of a tire. And
Of a tire?
yeah, like they get like a tractor tire.
Never seen that. Like,
It's a big thing. It's a huge thing. You can
and
book-
that's why you don't want to go.
No, because then the people that wanted me to go tubing, and I went.
it's unethical.
I was like, there's no
tires
chance. I'll just die. I'll just drown in the river.
He fears Thailand. You be
I fear
you'd be
anywhere.
alright,
I fear anywhere where, like, right. I'll just say it. Where the indigenous population are small and skinny because they won't build anything for fat people. and they'll be sitting there. I'll go to sit on one of their benches, break it, and they'll go, "How did that happen?"
You paid.
I very nearly made a noise there, by the way. They'll go, "How did that happen?" And I'll go, "Because you didn't fucking build it for me."
So you can go to Florida. That's it.
Mate, that's it. America's grand. Parts of Germany, right? I went.
What are the fat parts of Germany?
I got what?
What are the fat parts of Germany?
Round the mountains and all. They'll have like the eat sausages and all. No, I went. I want a trip. This is true. I want a trip to China, right?
Sorry, I'm just picturing you at the foot of some barbarian mountains, just eating a load of Denny's.
Did you say barbarian?
Barbarian.
Bavaria? Huh? Bavaria? Bavaria. Bavaria sounds like an Irish guy who started a pub in Germany. It's a bar, but it's in Bavaria. I thought you said barbarian mountains.
Imagine I had Ciaran. You fucking intellectual cunt.
I won a 3-week trip to China before. This is true, right?
To China?
I really did.
Oh, really?
Right?
You been to China, Paul?
No, I've never been.
This was part. Neither have I. I won the trip. It was
In
part,
karaoke
it was
contest?
it was a uni thing. I basically applied for it, right, and I got picked, right, to go on this thing, and it was, and then it started to get a bit weird. Where, but they were telling me things like this. They were going here. That I swear to God, I swear I'm not making this up. It does sound like I'm making it up. At a meeting I went to about this, they literally said, "Listen, you're a big guy," and they said it to a ginger guy as well. He wasn't big; he was ginger. They said to him, they said to us, "You're big, you're ginger. You're going to get stared at and people are going to try and take photos of you over there." And it had nothing to do with comedy, Shane, but it was like literally like, it was so weird. And that was before I even got there. And then they started asking us to do things I thought sounded a bit weird. And I went, "Here, I don't want your trip."
Like what?
Sorry. Like they wanted us to like take photos and like,
That's wild.
No.
That's
It was all, it felt a wee
fuck?
bit, it felt a wee
Fuck
bit
me.
like we were being sent away to make reports on what was happening in this uni, and I thought it sounded a wee bit like you're spying. And I didn't
You and the
like it.
ginger guy, perfect
Tell you,
spies for it.
tell you where you
Yeah.
don't want to get caught spying as a fat guy, China.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because they'll, mate, do you know how long it would take them to starve me to death? Like I'm not cut out for that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
So you never went?
I never went.
Paul, did you love Thailand?
I love Thailand.
What were you doing
Thailand's
out there?
a
Just
spot.
chilling out?
Just training.
Having mushroom?
Training and getting high on mushrooms, aye.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the
But
crack with mushrooms then? Because I was talking to a guy about this recently.
What's the crack with mushrooms then?
Well, I've never done any drugs, right? Like ever, right? So apart from alcohol, and even then, right? Don't do that.
Nerd to call alcohol a drug. I know, but nerd to
Whoa,
call
whoa,
I know.
whoa, whoa.
I have done nicotine, right? Be careful, right? No, I've never done it, but I was talking to a guy recently, a Canadian guy that I'm working with, who's this sort of older guy. He's a very small wee guy, and he's just sort of like a bit kooky. And out of nowhere, in the middle of a meeting on Zoom one day, he just goes to me and this other guy from here. He's like, "Oh, yeah, guys, I won't be able to meet on Monday through Wednesday of next week. There's a new mushroom shop near my house, and I want to go support it. I want to support it." And I'm going, okay, that's mental. He's never mentioned he does drugs or anything, and now he's just straight in at mushrooms. And he couldn't take a meeting over it, and he was taking days off to go do mushrooms on like the Sunday and be off for a few days after. And I asked him about it there, like this was a few weeks back, and last week I was like, "Here, mate,
It turned Kermit.
how was the mushrooms?"
You said a mushroom shop. Like, was he getting high on mushrooms, or did his mate is like a wee like ultimate hipster and he has like a fucking actual mushroom shop?
No, this was like
A wee
this was
shiitake
a legit shop. He said like in Canada, mushrooms are sort of like not illegal but not legal either.
Or like decriminalized.
And he was like, so it's like you can have them for medicinal purposes, you can have them for research. He's like, I don't know. He said, he goes, I don't know if the shop is legal, but I heard it was open, so I thought I'd go down. He went there and he ended up buying like edible, like a, what do you call it, like a bar chocolate that had shrooms in it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said there was like 15 squares of chocolate, and the guy said to him, take 2, and he took 3. I'm still sort of going, it's all right. And then he banged another 2, and then he was
boy.
like,
The
oh, this
classic,
is real.
The classic.
This is real.
Yeah.
So my question is,
Mhm.
do you actually see shit that isn't there? Or
I've never
is it,
taken mushrooms either, Paul. So
or is it more of a, you know, when you're blocked, everything you're seeing is there, but
more
you
so
just
that.
sort of,
It's more so that
right.
like the walls and stuff can like move a little bit, but it's not too crazy. Like
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Like it's not actually like.
Nah, you don't. Well,
Could you take mushrooms and train?
nah. I don't want to be chilling out. Like, do you know what I mean? Just a wee small, just chill out in nature. Like,
Right.
yeah. That's what most people do. Like
In the
go in
Bavarian
nature.
Mountains?
Yeah, in the Bavarian Mountains. You know.
Have you heard of this one? I've only heard of this. I'll never do this
Mhm.
unless I'm doing it with like Sting or something.
Coke.
Ayahuasca.
Oh, yeah.
No, I've heard of it.
That
Yeah.
sounds fucking horrendous.
Mental.
So what is that? It's like a cleansing. It's like a ceremony, isn't it? Like a spiritual.
People do this
Aye.
whole fucking thing with it. Aye.
You basically. It sounds like you just boke for a couple of days.
It sounds shit.
Sounds
Yeah.
a horrible
It
thing.
sounds
But
shit.
people, I listened to Sting talk. Of course, I did talking about this. Like he, at the start of he starts a book that he wrote off with this, and
You're the only guy that read it.
I haven't even. I'm waiting until my next Audible token drops, Shane, so I get it for free. Anyway, it was there better be an audiobook of it, and it better be read by Sting. I haven't looked it up yet, but anyway, Sting was doing a reading, and I was watching it online, right? And I know, right? And it's true. And he said something similar to somebody that I had heard before who had done one of these, where he said people just started like, you know, like he said there was a couple of people there who were their guides who had done it like loads, and they were just sitting there like, this is great, this is fine, and they've taken it as well. They're all like, this is fine, and then the next thing it's like, other people are getting up and running out to the bog and running over to the fucking windows to fucking poke out the windows and all. And he said, and he's just sitting there trying not to poke and going, please don't let me shit myself in front of all these people. and then he said he basically gets to like a point where it just goes, right, you're in it now. And
Yeah.
it's like, he says like everything, and he was talking all about music and all, and it was class, right? But I was thinking about this. People talk about like you're on another plane and you can talk with these spirits, and it really is like you're seeing full
yeah.
shit, right? But that's all behind your eyelids. So like, you know, because the reality of the situation is, you know, you're sitting, I don't know, in an industrial park somewhere covering your own shit. Like I don't know, I don't know that that's a good time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the
You don't
idea of
wanna be
it is
sitting-
like to realize that your brain can actually go into these different places other than what we just see as everyday life.
Yeah.
You can sort of touch onto these, like people say energy fields. It sounds like woo woo, but like there's something about it is like you really, really can feel other people's energy.
Aye.
Like it's really mad. Like people talk about good vibes, negative vibes. You can like feel it
Aye.
like so deeply that whenever you're in normal life again, you're like you can see it more.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like you can
okay.
pick up on someone's
Aye, 'cause
vibe
you
a bit
maybe-
more, and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
that's
you
interesting.
like feel it, and you're like, oh,
Changes people's lives. Like I'm sure there's some people
does,
that go,
huh?
why the fuck did I do this? But
Well-
there are people who I know that have done it for like healing reasons, like
absolutely.
like
Well,
emotional.
it should be. That's what it kind of is for. It should be a medicine, really. Like,
Yeah.
so it should. But there's actually like an awful lot of studies and all that's happening in a minute where it's curing depression and PTSD.
Yeah.
Like massively. Like it's
Yeah.
fucking. It's really interesting.
I just
stuff.
go and scream at gravestones when I want to do it, you know?
Mickey Bartlett went down to like Monaghan to like a poisonous frog for psoriasis.
I
got-
fucking heard that. I talked to him
Fucking
about
right,
that. That
which
was
is
fucking mad, yeah.
But I don't think it was for
What do you mean a
emotional reasons.
poisonous frog?
It literally was like a thing.
Like a toad, like he licked a toad
Oh,
for psoriasis.
A
And he was
chode?
sick.
Like didn't he? Yeah, no, he did. He said about that. It was like they do like a, it was like a pinprick thing, wasn't it?
Yep.
The prick you all
That's
over
right.
with this poison, because the poison is meant to poison your psoriasis. How do you like?
Cambo, is that the name of it? No.
Maybe.
I don't know. I
Interesting.
I would like to try mushrooms, but it would have to be a very controlled environment.
Yeah.
I don't think it's for me. I'm a wee fruity cat. I don't like
Mm.
stuff like that.
I'd love you for Patreon. I'd love you to just get like we'll lock all the doors here
For Patreon.
For Patreon. We'll put some like carpets up on the wall, and we'll just bring you a big load of gear, and you don't even know what it all is, and you just do it all. Heroin.
I think I would
coke.
far rather do like uppers than anything weird.
Yeah.
Like
So,
I'd rather do like some hardcore like meth or
get
ecstasy
you on
or
the
something.
Charlie.
But I'll tell
I
you
love the
what.
way you just went straight to meth.
I'll tell you
I'm not
what.
taking
I would
drugs.
want
Fire
it-
me some of that meth.
I would want it to be. Here's the thing though. I was researching drugs here for a book I was doing years ago.
Yeah. All right, officer.
And no, it was. And you're a wee dick. And I was reading like freedom of information requests from the police here and stuff about purity of drugs seized here, and the purity was a fucking disgrace. There was stuff being sold.
You want to
here.
change this?
Well, I was going like, when you watch like Narcos or something, or you watch like The Departed, the scene in The Departed when Jack Nicholson just fucking lifts like a handful of fucking, it's probably talc, but like he lifts a handful of fucking, imagine it was talc, he lifts a handful of fucking coke and fucks at somebody's hole, and he's like, don't get up until you're numb or something. See the cocaine he has there, that's probably mental, it's probably really high end. See if he bought that in like pull glass or something, it's going to be 6%. That means that 94% of it isn't cocaine.
Are you on a mission to improve the purity?
Imagine you went. Look at it from my perspective. What's my drug? Chips, right? Imagine I went to go and get a chip out of Raffles, and it was only 6% chips, and the rest of it's all like we just bits of shite. Yeah. You'd be fucking raging. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You want a high. I'm not saying Raffles have ever done that. Raffles is a high quality chip. I'm just saying like that's the. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yes. So it's fucking mental. Like you can't. 6%.
You said you know what I mean. We both said yes, but I don't know if we do.
You must know what I mean.
Yeah, but you can't have 6% chips.
Imagine you went to buy that Nike top and only 6% of it was a Nike top,
and the rest was
Patrick. No, not even the rest of it. It's anything.
Theodora.
The rest of it's
Le Coq Sportif.
No, it's not even a clothing brand. The rest of it's paper.
Head. Remember that? Head.
The rest of it is me telling a story about Mario over and over again. Like it's not even. It's anything else except the jumper.
Yeah.
Because when it's 6% cocaine, it's anything in there. It can be rat poison. Can be fucking talc. It can be fucking all like
sherbet.
It can be any white powder. Do you know what I mean? Fucking washing up powder, no. Like washing powder. Sorry, not washing up. That would be weird. Washing powder. Do you know what I mean? Why
see, if you hadn't corrected yourself on that, you'd have
it would have
been raging in bed tonight.
I would have. But like, do you know what I mean? I think that's crazy. Whereas I would want to go in, if you're going to do it, you might as well go in with that Walter White, 98% fucking, tight. You want that, like.
Yeah. Paul,
that's my Tuchel impression from Breaking Bad.
Paul, what was something mental that you saw in Thailand?
Honestly, I almost seen a girl get killed, and it was this. I don't want to put it down or not, but I'd seen a girl almost get ran over by a jet ski. Just this dude. We were in the water, like just on the beach. Mate, here, it's a wild place. You'd be sweet. But fucking, we were just in the beach in the water. One of my mates got out, and there was this Thai dude was putting two girls on a jet ski, like just in like big waves. I don't know how they would have got out, and he just fired these girls in a jet ski, and they just went on. They just fell back and just went run, like out there, boom, over a bunch of waves. Just fucking missed this girl by about. They were coming our direction. Like my mate was shouting at us to get out of the way. And they came this close to this girl, just like jumped out of the way. Like, I mean, full pelt. They had like fell back and hit. No, you're like a motorbike or whatever. You fucking fall back. And mate, it was wild to see. Like, she would be dead. Like, we had to go over and like console her and all. It was wild.
That's how Christine McCall died. What?
It is.
I've never heard that one before.
I was thinking.
You know Fairy Tale in New York?
I've never heard that story.
The girl who sings on that?
Yeah.
No, that's it. That's the story. Jet ski.
She got hit by a boat, I think. Wow. Yeah.
Head lobbed off. I know. I just mean that is what happened.
Scumbag.
No,
you blaggard.
That was quick.
You blaggard.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
A near-death experience.
It was wild, like, but it's a fucking lawless place, like. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot. Well, it's a beautiful place that everyone should go and visit.
I think parts of America are a wee bit fucking lawless as well. It's a wee bit Wild Westy out there, like. Well, I don't mean I was a Wild Westy out there. I mean it's Wild West-ish. It is. Right. I don't think it's the same as Thailand, obviously, but there's parts of it are fucking nuts.
See, before we wrap up, tell Paul, please, because it's my favourite story about you ever. About when you were in America and the policeman and phoning the station.
Right. Okay, so Chloe and I, where were we going? We were right. So I remember we were driving up. So we'd landed in New York and we'd driven to Chicago, right? Mm-hmm. And then we did Route 66, which sort of comes out like that out to California. We stayed in California for a while, and then the plan was to drive up north and then drive back over the flyover states to New York, right? Mm-hmm. Drop the car off and go home, right? Great times. We were away for a couple of months. Best time of my life. Anyway, so where we're in.
Sorry, hold on, wee sec, hold on. Just wading through this background here.
You need context. You can't just go. I was what? Because you can't just go. I was in wine country in California because you sound like a fucking knob.
Right.
We're in wine country. It was fucking lovely, right? And we were well. Basically, what we were doing, it was a very like ad hoc kind of a trip where we were just kind of going right. Where's the nearest fucking Holiday Inn that's 350 miles or more away? We're trying to cover certain distance every day, and we found this place called San Luis Obispo, right, which is up in fucking right up Northern California, fucking gorgeous, right? And there's a Holiday Inn, and when we get there, the lady at the desk goes, "Oh, oh hi," right, and went on with the whole thing, and she was like, "Here," I was like, "How much is it to stay here?" And she was like, 3 times more than it has been anywhere else, basically, right? Like fucking over $300 or whatever. And I went, when the fuck? I went, how does that work out? I was like, I've become, on this trip alone, I've become an IHG fucking gold member. Like, you will give me, oh, that's a keeper. I was like, you will give me, you will give me Great. Fucking free shit, right? And she was like, oh, I'm really sorry. Like, this is the price. And then she goes, it's parents' weekend. And I went, what do you mean? And she goes, the local college, all the parents come in, visit their kids. It's sort of, like a thing we do. And I was like, and you jack the fucking the hotel prices at that weekend? She went, well. And we were like, well, fuck this. So I turned around to Chloe and I was like, here.
Can I say, it's not her fault, mate.
It's not her fault. It's not her fault, right?
But sign her.
I'm a gold member. I'll say what I want this stuff, right? I went, okay. So I was like, fuck this, we're away. And I said to Chloe, where else can we go then? And when we went to look it up, we had no Wi-Fi, and we had no data. It was all this, right? And we were like, let's go to a Starbucks and regroup, right? We'll get the free Wi-Fi. We'll get a cinnamon fucking latte. Right? We'll regroup, and
just regroup.
So then we'll go onto the sat nav, type in the fucking what do you call it, the nearest Starbucks, and it takes us to the fucking college, right? So we're driving through, and I swear it was literally like American Pie. It's all frat houses and all with the fucking Greek letters on the roofs and all this. We finally get
apple tart.
What? I fully booked an apple tart. And
fuck me.
And so we're driving on through, and we get to where I'm going. We're now actually in this fucking university, and there's like 2 university cops. They just look like cops though. They're and they have guns and all. It's fucking crazy, and they're directing this line of traffic into a big car park, obviously for some shit to do with Parents' Day. And I go, no, we don't want to go in there. We're gonna leave. We're leaving, right? And the guy's like,
head gone.
and Chloe's driving. No, sorry, I'm driving. Chloe's in the passenger seat, and I'm going. Right, so I end up sort of following the traffic into the car park. I do a quick U-turn, and I'm coming back up this hill towards the same cunt, and he's like glaring at me. And I'm trying to say to him out the window, mate, I'm not here for your fucking Parents' Day, mate. Right? I'm going, I'm not here for this. And he's going, go back down. I'm like, no. And I start edging up towards the top of the thing, and he goes, stop. And I go to stop, but I'm basically on, it's an automatic car, so it's sort of the equivalent of being on the clutch, where I'm sort of edging a wee bit. But basically all it is I'm just trying to take my foot off the accelerator, and we're still just edging a wee bit. And he goes, stop, right? And then he puts his hand on his gun, and he
Jesus
goes,
Christ.
Stop! Like that, right? And Chloe, out of nowhere, devil voice, just goes, I am! Right? And I'm like, oh, mate. And he hated that, by the way. He fucking fully hated that.
Yeah.
And then I see him going over to his wee mate, and they have a wee chat, and I can sort of vaguely hear him going, I think I'm going to cite this guy. And I'm going, I don't want to get cited. That sounds like I'm going to, I don't know if that's, they're going to like put cameras up me or something, right?
Yeah. I had that.
And I'm going, and I hear, do you know what?
No, go on.
I don't want it, right? And I'm going, I don't want this. And what I'm thinking is, this is a rental car, and I don't want this to be something where we get a fucking ticket, and then I get shafted, right? And as we go to drive away, the guy steps out behind me, and I think he's taking his gun out, but actually it's his camera phone. And he photographs the number plate of the car, and I'm like, you fucking knob. And then I started freaking out, going, I definitely don't want to get told in 2 weeks I owe them $1,000 or something, because America, their fines are mental for stupid things, right? I got fucking pulled over for not driving through a red light. True story, right? Anyway. And we eventually get this other Starbucks a couple of miles away, and my blood's boiling, and I'm a scaredy cat, and I'm going, I need to ring up and find out if I can't ticket me, right? So I phone the cops on myself, right? phone the police, and I explain this whole story, and the woman, God love her, on the other end of the line goes, so what did you do? You took a photo of your car? And I went, yeah. And she goes, and you phoned us? And I went, yeah. And she just goes, she's like, don't be silly. He would have to stop you and actually give you a ticket to cite you. And I went, right. And she goes, I mean, the university cops, don't worry about them. They don't really have much authority. And I was like, right. I mean, they have weapons, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And any guy with a Glock has a certain amount of authority.
Yeah.
And,
But if you had pulled that up to you, could have just...
Just broke his gun.
flamenco my way out of another problem, like, yeah. Oh, so bad. Phoned the cops myself, and she fucking laughed at me, and Chloe was just, she's still scunnered about it. It comes up in conversation more often than you think, you know what I mean? She's like, oh, why don't you phone the police on yourself, like?
Guys, we got to leave it there. A lot of fun. Paul, you're in camp. Don't know about your next fight. I hope it is in UFC, mate.
Thank you, brother.
Because I
Thank
think you
you.
deserve it.
Hopefully.
Are you,
Yeah,
you're
you
waiting
deserve
on the next one? Is that the crack?
Yeah, I have no confirmation of anything yet. Yeah, some talks, like, but nothing absolutely
Do you know
confirmed.
where
like,
it could be? Would it be in America? Or
don't
where?
know exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't know exactly.
That's exciting, though, isn't
It
it?
is. It is. It is.
Mad.
So just keeping the head down.
And can I ask, I know you probably already did this, but I'm sort of down to know, when you're having those talks,
Mhm.
like, how far up the UFC chain do those talks go, like?
So we talked to the matchmaker, Sean Shelby,
Right,
who's
okay.
like Dana White's right hand man. Like, yeah,
That's exciting, mate.
yeah, it is. It's good shit.
Yeah.
Like, good
You
shit.
do have the knuckles for it, to be fair.
Yeah, I've got big out.
I was.
fat
I
knuckles
noticed
already.
that. Do you know what I have? I have 2 knuckles per hand.
Yeah, fuck.
Kieran, you
Right.
don't. You have trotters.
And two knuckles per pig foot, right?
I'd Rodney trotter.
Can I tell the story? Can I tell the story of that burn real quick?
Yeah, sorry, because I picked my son up like soon.
Really, I'll be really quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I tell that story about this burn? How I got it and what was said? Right. So I'm in the house.
got permission.
I'm in the house on what day is it? Today? It's Monday. Saturday night. I'm in the house. Right. Chloe's not feeling too well. She's in bed. I'm a wee hungry boy rooting around. Right. Just rooting about, keeping a route, right?
Keeping her route.
I mean, keeping a route for the food, right? And I said to Chloe, I'll be 2 seconds, right? And I said to Chloe, do you want anything to eat? She says no. I go, right, okay. I get myself some food, right? And then after that, Chloe goes, I have a really weird craving. And I went, right. And she goes, it's for Shane Todd. No, she goes,
Oh, I've been there. I've been there.
she goes, I really want salmon and spinach. And I was like, okay, Popeye, right? So I was like, right? And she goes, I'll come with you. And I went, listen, don't worry about it. You're not feeling well. I'm a good wee boy. I'll get dressed. Because I always eat naked. No, I get dressed. I get dressed and went down to Tesco, bought salmon, bought spinach, a couple of other wee bits. Come home. I
With our wee bits.
other wee bits, honeycomb and white chocolate cookies.
Oh,
That's a-
here,
that's a
go
good-
to
that's a good
Tesco
thing.
one's good.
Yeah,
Oh,
great thing to
fantastic.
have in the house, right? I also got some cereal. Anyway, we'll go. It's all good. We get home, and I do a good pan fried salmon. I get a real nice crispy skin on it. The key to getting a crispy
Oh,
skin,
for fuck's sake.
you season
Here,
first.
I'll be honest. I
Hot
want
pan.
I,
Very hot pan.
Kieran, I want you to tell this story in its entirety. But if I have to leave before the end of it, wrap up the pod.
It's over.
No, it's not over. I enjoy this story. I'm just saying you might have to wrap this up for me, but I know you can.
I'll be
do
done
that.
in 30 seconds, right?
No, you take your time.
1 minute, right? And, and Chloe goes, I'm cooking it. I goes, do you want any other seasoning on this? I've just got, and I'm wilting the spinach already in the pot. Wee bit of water, tiny bit of butter, salt and pepper in there, right? And I've salt and peppered the salmon. And I goes, do you want any other seasoning? Do you have any chili flakes? No, I don't think we have any chili flakes. She goes, do I have any fresh chili? And I went, sweet, so I'll get out the chopping board and the knife then, right? Straight through it, tiny chili, right? Tiny chili. And as I go to put it into the pan, it literally just goes, right? It just goes in the pan, it just goes, right? Because the pan is fucking very hot. And as I go to move a bit of the salmon to get the chili around the pan, I get this big fucking spit out of the pan. It just goes,
Is that a
straight on.
skeet? Is that what that's called?
What?
Skeet.
I think a skeet is that, but that's
Well, the pan did that.
a spit.
Anyway.
A
Right.
spit, right? There is another word I would use for it, but it has racial connotations now, so I won't use it. But anyway, but that isn't what it's about. But anyway, it's just it's an onomatopoeia. But I got that.
I don't know.
I got that right, and then I serve Chloe her food. I leave it. I go in and play my wee game of Hell Let Loose. Yesterday I said to her, "Here, that burn was pretty bad. Like it's sore. Like," and she goes, "Yeah, I was gonna say to you, the pan was probably too hot." And I'm like, "Is that what you were gonna say to me? Was it?" After I got dressed, and went and got your salmon, your spinach, cooked it for you, made it all for you. You were gonna then critique my cooking techniques. Don't think so.
But you had the cookies.
And then we had the cookies.
All right. Paul Hughes, Ciaran Bartlett, thank you very much. Thanks for watching.
Thanks,
Listen, links to the London show in the description if they're still available. I had to go pick my son up. Everybody, all the best. Enjoy it. See you later, Paul. Hope you
Peace.
see Ciaran. You make great spinach. Bye.